the story might be a little interesting. I thought the story of number 2 of Call of Duty Black Ops 2 was the most interesting since Call of Duty 4.
And it's possible they turned it around. I mean, it is possible they go dedicated servers and say, we're going to have no lag, and they have no effective. And when I say no lag, I mean effectively no lag.
Yeah.
You're going to have lag every now and again, but and if they do that, I'll buy their game. I mean,
but they probably won't.
But they probably won't. If history is any indication, and I don't just mean history of Call of Duty, of course, as you pointed out. I mean history of Activision.
Yeah.
So
I honestly think Insomniac, because the people who are doing Insomniac, or used to be the head of Insomniac, I keep calling them Insomniac, Infinity Ward.
Infinity Ward.
They're now making a new game for exclusive for Xbox called Titanfall, and that looks awesome.
It does.
And Titanfall has, because of the Xbox, has 300,000 dedicated servers.
It's got a lot of dedicated servers.
The Xbox has a lot of dedicated servers. That game's probably going to have no lag, so I think Call of Duty, Activision is really going to have to step up their game.
I agree.
Anyway, so I remember at one point you showed me for the Resistance 3, you show some guy playing online, he takes the sniper, he's like, okay, 360 no scope, that's the first thing he did, he missed completely.
Exactly.
And he's like, oh, right. And he didn't know how to play, because it's such a big difference from Call of Duty.
Yeah, exactly. And I like games. You shouldn't be able to get out a sniper rifle and do a 360 no scope. Yeah. That should be impossible.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that games have to be like real life, but I'm saying that in real life, people use snipers the way they do for a reason.
Yeah.
They're at their most effective. You couldn't be able to
360 no scope anybody with a gun.
Exactly. Because and a sniper, the reason everybody hates me online, because in Call of Duty, I like to, hard scope from far away, the way a sniper does it. Which is why you got to be so concerned about being realistic. The reason they use it that way in the military is because that's when a sniper is most effective.
Yeah.
At long range, when you're actually spent some time aiming down the sights. That's how you use a recon kit correctly. Sorry.
By the way, I think we should explain why because every time we bring up a game, we compare it to Call of Duty, and I feel like we should explain why we compare all these games to Call of Duty. Call of Duty is one of the probably the best-selling game series out there right now.
Yeah.
It's besides something like Angry Birds or something like that.
Right. Yeah. Something ridiculous
which is
that,
like $1, where it's just free on your phone.
Yeah.
For a game series that's $60, and you have to get a $300 or $300 to $500 system to play it on.
Yeah,
it's sold a hell of a lot of copies. It was the number one selling game on the Xbox 360, and it was probably the number one selling game on the one of the Call of Duties was definitely the best selling game on the PlayStation 3.
Mm-hmm.
I almost guarantee you that it was. And so we compare shooters to Call of Duty because that's kind of like that's what most people play. That's what when people say they play shooters, that's probably what they're talking about.
Yeah.
And that's why we compare a lot of games. And it's definitely the most popular genre of games right now is shooters.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Or one of them. And so you just have to compare, you can't, it's kind of like a lot of people compare sci-fi movies to Star Wars or fantasy movies to Lord of the Rings. It's kind of like that. You have to compare it to something that most people know and have played.
And I think that Call of Duty, I mean, and don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that Call of Duty is the worst game ever made, because it isn't.
Not even by a long shot.
No, not even close. What I am saying is that
Superman 64.
Oh, good Lord.
Yeah. That's really getting into the badness. But anyway.
But what I am saying is that other companies flat out do it better. DICE does it better.
Yeah.
Insomniac does it better. Bungie does it better.
Yeah.
They all do it better. So I mean, you want companies to improve, like Google, right? So Google is a great company, and
they own the world.
Yeah, and there was a time when Google was not making internet browsers, and when browsers like Internet Explorer, what I'm using right here to my left, just roamed free, and they were awful. So Google comes into the region, and
sorry, he gave me a look that was utter confusion and disgust.
Woody has a great way of explaining this, where he says, Google makes everyone else work harder to do kind of as good as they do.
Yeah, they raise the bar.
They raise the bar, and so it should be the same in games. Why isn't it that when people look at, Resistance, Halo, Dishonored, Battlefield, great games, they don't turn around. They don't turn around and look at Infinity Ward and say, hey, "What's up? Why aren't you producing this?"
Also, Sledgehammer. Sledgehammer has to share some of the blame.
Oh, yeah.
And Activision. I honestly think that if Infinity Ward was let's just say Call of Duty 4 came out, and then Activision's like, okay, we're going to give you a 3-year cycle to make the next Call of Duty game. I honestly think it would have been a lot better, but they just churned. I honestly think it was Activision churning them out like a cheap car out of a Ford factory line. You know what I mean?
And the switching between companies hasn't helped.
No,
it hasn't made the game any fresher to go from Infinity Ward to Treyarch.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, but neither company has has had success, a real what I would consider success. In this regard, and I'm not saying they haven't accomplished a lot. They certainly have, because they've sold a lot of copies, but they haven't accomplished a lot from an artistic, aesthetic perspective.
We're just saying that for like what people are heralding this game as like the funnest and like best game ever. It's really not. It should be it should be more than it is for people to be to this level of popularity. Like it's kind of like. It's kind of like music, where a lot of people are like us artists who may not be all that talented. I don't know, Justin Bieber, I guess.
We'll say him. Yeah,
Justin Bieber. I don't even particularly care about Justin Bieber, but it seems a lot of people hate him because he doesn't seem to like his music isn't like, say, the Stones or like the Eagles or whatever, and it's just like. But he's so popular that a lot of music is compared to him. You know what I mean? Like he's just out there and in the brand. So we're just saying, like, why is it that one of the most popular games ever doesn't really seem to be trying all that hard?
And exactly. And can I say something sort of briefly about the pop music thing?
Yeah.
I don't mind if people like Justin Bieber, Kesha, Future, whatever they listen to, but. The thing of it is like I have to bring up...
Nicki Minaj is actually a lot better example than Justin
Bieber. I agree.
Nicki Minaj is honestly an awful human being.
But
anyway.
when things are brought up like this, right? Yeah. And I say, like pop music, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, I say, why don't you like pop music? I say, well, I don't like the lyrics. And they say, well, it's not about the lyrics. I'm sorry, but it is about the lyrics. If you're writing lyrics, if you are getting paid millions of dollars to write lyrics and sing, and you're only singing well and not writing good lyrics,
Let's be honest, they're not singing well.
Well, we'll say for benefit of doubt they are, though.
Okay.
You're doing a whopping half of your job. Like, how is that a good thing?
You would get fired anywhere else.
Exactly.
That's like being technical support and only being technical.
Exactly.
Although that's honestly a lot of technical support. They're technical, but they're not support.
Well, exactly.
I hate them.
But like that's the thing. If you're doing half your job, then you're not doing your job correctly. So if it's not about the lyrics, then just get up there and don't say any coherent words. Just get up there and garble away the. Probably a little more entertaining, actually.
Yeah, but anyway, we're kind of way off topic.
Not even close to topic.
Resistance 3 did a lot. I felt like it was it was a niche experience, let's call it, for the multiplayer.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, it just seemed to me like it filled a niche that was lacking on the PlayStation 3 for online multiplayer shooters.
I agree. Yeah. It's a great franchise. I'm excited about the work they've done.
I get mad at people when they say it's a Halo ripoff, because it's not. Because it is different from Halo.
Yeah.
Now, honestly, it's
similar.
It's similar, but at the same time, Halo is similar to Doom. Are we calling Halo a Doom ripoff?
Yeah, exactly.
No.
Everything's inspired, and I'm also upset. Like, for something, there was this like rumor at one point, especially early in PlayStation Lifetime, when people saying Resistance was mediocre. Resistance has never been mediocre.
No.
Never, not at all. But I'm proud of the work they did. Honestly, they took their time.
Now, it's not one of those games that kind of like makes you want to go out and buy the system. You know what I mean?
No, exactly.
It's not like The Last of Us. Because honestly, I'm a little bit tempted to go out and buy a PlayStation 3 just so I can play The Last of Us. That game looks that good, but I'm hoping that they're going to release The Last of Us as like an online title for the PlayStation 4, and I'll just download it then, because I'm really excited. I really want to play that game.
Apparently, PlayStation Plus just released out Saints Row the Third
for free.
Apparently,
sweet.
I think I heard that last night.
Don't you own that though?
What?
Don't you own that game?
I don't.
Oh, sweet.
No, I just borrowed it for way too long from Sandy.
Oh, right. Shout out to Sandy.
Yeah, shout out to Sandy. I need to return Sandy's copy of Spec Ops.
If Sandy, if you're listening to this radio broadcast tomorrow, then this is Rory confirming that he will do that.
Yeah, exact. Yeah.
We're hanging out tonight.
I'll see him tonight.
So just bring it tonight.
I'll bring it tonight.
What are you doing tonight? No, just So, do you think that they should make a another Resistance game for PlayStation 4?
I do, and I think they should take their time.
Okay, so you think that it should come out like PlayStation 4 is coming out this November, maybe, probably.
I don't care if they wait a year, honestly.
So you think it should come out like 2014, 2015?
I'd like that. That's a great time to come out. I mean, like let's.
Do you want to compare it to Killzone, the other kind of the other PlayStation exclusive shooter that's not Call of Duty?
One thing I will say about Killzone, its online is equally impressive from a technical level. Yeah. Not in terms of number of players, but also Killzone, no lag.
Yeah. Story is nowhere near as good.
Oh, no.
Story is very generic. In fact, it's to the point now where I hate the main character so much that I'm actively rooting for the space Nazis. Because here's the thing, like everyone, like it's the ISA is fighting the Hellgast. Also, ISA really, you changed one letter.
Yeah,
you changed U to I. And anyway, but they're so like self-righteous and whatnot. They're like, we're